Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. You know, I want to tell stories. If you're new here, my channel is Another Yarn. My name is Shannon and I do tell stories, kind of a play on Another Yarn. And that has been my moniker for a lot longer than I've had a YouTube channel. Let's put it that way. Definitely a lot longer. So this one's going to be, oh yeah, we're talking about yarn, but there's going to be a little story with it. Did you know my granddaughter, she's 8. I've got 5 grandkids, but my oldest granddaughter, she is 8 years old. She watches my channel. I know she watches my channel. Does she watch everything? Of course not. But I do know she watches some of it. And this is how I know. She said, Nana, can you make me one of those cuddle things? What are you talking about? Cuddle, what, honey? Can you tell me? She said, yeah, you made us something like that before. Me and Johnny, that's her younger brother. I'm like, well, sweetie, Nana makes you a lot of things. Can you tell me what? You know, give me a little bit more of a hint. And then she was telling me the yarn colors. There was orange and there's blue. And I'm like, okay, what did I do that was orange or blue? Oh yeah, she saw one of my, she saw on the channel where I was talking about making these things. And I showed all of them that I had made in the past, 5 or 6 or something like that. And yeah, she had that. This is called a Knubbelchen, if I'm pronouncing it right. I'm not really sure. And I'd made quite a few of them in the past. And she remembered it, but she saw on the channel and it reminded her. I'm like, yes, honey, Nana can make you another one. And they said, is it because you were watching Nana make this one? And she's like, yeah, this is my latest one. Now the pattern doesn't have them stuffed. I stuffed this and now it looks like an overstuffed muscle man, you know, kind of like that type of a thing. That's okay. It is so soft and squishy. This yarn was at Michael's. It's called Wool Light. It's like 623 yards for 100-gram ball of yarn. Look at this. I got this in my mystery yarn challenge box. I had all 4 of the colors in there, multiple. I'm going to make more with that yarn. This is just something that I decided to make first. Why not, right? I have so much of it and so much yardage. I can definitely make something else. Really happy with this because as I commented with the hat, you could practice on, well, any part of it actually, and I might actually go back and do some more stuff on the body and kind of, you know, de-accentuate the fact that, yeah, it's stuffed wonky. I don't care. But look, I did some embroidery stuff with the gray and it stands out beautifully. So I like the little semi-star stitches. Didn't put a face on it. The pattern doesn't have a face. I think the majority of them I did previously. I did put a face on there, but I believe it was because the kids wanted one. Doesn't really matter. So she would like one of these. Well, of course she doesn't want this one. You know, that's okay. Kind of was making this one for her brother anyway, if he's interested in it. I love the colors. I think if I were to use this yarn for her, I would do more of the maroons and everything, and still with the blue and what have you, but I would probably have the maroons in it and maybe make the girl one. Did you know that has that boy and girl? Yeah, you can do, let me pull that up. It has the pattern where you put a little ruffle on it, and it's absolutely adorable. And I've done both in the past, with the ruffle, without the ruffle, and, you know, having fun with it. So this one, I'll get some pictures and everything because this isn't the best pictures, but this is part of my Mystery Yarn Challenge. I have successfully used all the yarns, so in one project. Now, anything else that I want to add to it or what have you with all the other yarns, I can do whatever I want because it's my yarn. I don't have to use it all the colors in one project is what I'm getting at. This one did it. Oh, if you don't know about the Mystery Yarn Challenge, that's from Lori, the armchair chef. I'll have her link down below. She's amazing. And if you're interested in playing along, you need to go ahead and sign up like now. But after you watch the video now, but now you need to contact her and say, yes, please, I would like to sign up for May. She has the signups open. And what she does is she pairs this up. There's lots of options. So I'll list her video and watch her video too so you know all the options. I go for the original #1 option where she'll pair us up and somebody sends me some yarn. So, you know, I got yarn from Lori, another Lori, a different Lori, and I'll link her down below too because she gave me the yarn. So she's here in Colorado also, but she sent me all of this yarn and I sent somebody else a box of yarn. So Lori, the Armchair Chef, organizes all of that wonderful stuff, and it has been such a blast. So if you're interested, go ahead and watch the videos, get that information, sign up, tell her where you came from. If you want, it doesn't really matter, but you know, why not? But yeah, that's this. So of course I had to start one for my granddaughter, you know, because this is the one for the Miss Yarn Challenge. And since she saw that video, because she was watching Nana's video, she's like, Nana, I want one. Okay, I can do that. So we're going around like, well, what color do you want first? She was saying purple. I've got purple, but it's a matter of, you know, you want the body to be the same size as the head. I mean, like yarn wise, I don't want to use fingering weight yarn, which is what that is, and a worsted weight, or, you know, mixing as far as that goes, right? And I don't want to necessarily use an alpaca blend and then the acrylic. I can, but you know, I just want things that kind of match a little bit. So I was going through the stuff and we're looking at the different things, and she liked this purple. That was nice as a start. I'm like, okay. And I was looking at some of the other stuff to work with. I mean, that is really pretty. So we were looking all over trying to find the right yarn that she would enjoy. And I'm like, well, how big do you want it, honey? Because if she doesn't care that it's bigger than this, I don't know how much bigger, but bigger than this, then we don't need to work on fingering weight yarn. You know, the pattern doesn't care. You use bigger yarn and bigger needles, guess what? It'll be a bigger thing. That's how that works, right? That's science. That's science. So I got my ice yarn prism. I don't know exactly what color this one is. This one, you're probably, if you follow Crystal from Bag a Day Crochet, you have seen her use this yarn. She loves to do stitch tutorials with this, and they are stunning. So this is a short stripe. Now, you know how you have some yarns and everything very long stripe? When you're working it up, you'll get a few rounds or rows or whatever it is you're working in one color. This one, yeah, not so much. This is a nice short stripe, which is great for, like I said, Crystal from Bag a Day Crochet, all our stitch tutorials. So if you want to see what that's worked up like in crochet, and because I'm knitting this one, if you want to see that, definitely go check out her stitch tutorials. Hey, you might find something you really, really like. So I did start, I had some leftover white, and it is kind of a rough acrylic, I'm realizing, but I'm going with it. And I have started, I know it looks so funny when you start because you've got this big blockhead, but I've started with the colors, and now you can see what I'm talking about on how it changes colors quickly, right? So I've got some little bit of pooling going on. You can see on the other side over here. I think it's going to be fantastic. So I've got plenty of yarn. No, I don't need all three. I've got more than that too. I mean, oh, how much fun. So I'm going to be able to make multiple projects with this. I mean, this is cool. I love it. This is awesome. So that's my first time working with that. So of course I had to start it because she's like, Nana, can you do this? I'm like, I haven't really done anything. Well, I got this finished this week. She's like, can you work on that? So now there. Yeah, okay. Because you know what? If you are at the stage of your life where you have grandchildren, bless you, congratulations, you done did something right. But if you have grandchildren and they come over and they're just amazing and they look up at you and everything because typically you're taller than they are, and like, Nana, will you do this for me? Your just heart melts. I mean, you know, that they actually want something that you make, because I'm pretty sure they're going to get to a point in their life where your projects and crafts, that's not going to be their favorite. It's not going to tickle them to the same degree. That's why we donate stuff. That's why we donate stuff. But right now, while they like it, while they want certain things, yes, I will set down whatever I'm working on. Yes, baby, Nana will work on that. I'm just glad she didn't remember her sweater because I haven't been working on that. Shh. It needs work. But there is one thing I have worked on, and she does not know it's finished. and it fits her perfectly, which, you know, I should have given it to her because we had her, you know, we've been really blessed with being able to watch the kids a little bit more often, which is really, really cool. So we got to watch the kids, and I have not given her this. I mean, and this fits her perfectly. This, she's a very, very tiny, petite 8-year-old, you know, there you go. Mom's 5'4", dad's 5'5". She's a tiny little thing, right? You know? So this one, you might have seen previously as I was working on it. This was a pattern in my head. You know, just a easy, simple raglan, V-neck raglan type of a design. And then I went ahead and did all sorts of delineated here. Then that's doing pearl stitches, couple of garter stitch rows, and then a feather and fan, kind of flaring it out some because little girls need the flare. I need to make the flare for the little girl things. Even if they don't, I need to. It's an unwritten rule. And then just for fun, I added all those baubles right there, and she thinks they look like little flowers. Those are her favorite part. So I just realized I have not given this to her. So I'm going to give it to her because it's nice and warm. Or warmer outside. Yeah, it's back and forth. It's Colorado, but it is back to that warm season again. This is a nice short sleeve, super stretchy. This is the Hobby Lobby Cozy Toes. If you missed out on this yarn, I'm sorry. It was little balls, 50-gram balls, nondescript as far as that goes. You know, it just took up a couple of shelves. I mean, they're bright, beautiful colors, but you know, it was often overlooked. Originally, it was like $4.99, something like that for the 50-gram ball of yarn, 200 and some odd yards. But every other week, Hobby Lobby had their yarn sales, you know. And wool-free, has stretch. It's just, it's a great yarn. It's a sock yarn. I've never made socks out of it. I've always done garments with it to great success. They wear beautifully. So if you're ever shopping somebody's stash or you see somewhere along that line and you have the opportunity to grab some, I recommend it. If you don't like really tiny yarns, you might want to pass by, but if you do, this is a great one. So I'm going to give this to her, and yeah, I think she's going to really, really like it. And I've got all of these other little projects, and yeah, sneak peek on the only thing I've gotten done this week. We're going to see. We're going to see if there's a push. We're gonna push through. The weekend is where I tend to get people ask me, how do you get so much done? It's pretty much from Friday up until I go to bed Monday or Sunday. I have to work Mondays, but you know, Friday from when I get off from work until Sunday before I go to bed. That's where I get my speed knit crafting done, both knitting and crocheting, because I do have crochet projects on the hooks right now too, and Tunisian crochet. I'm going all out now. I mean, that's just crazy talk. So that's where I get the majority of it done. There was a couple days this week, all I did was cuddle the yarn. It's, you know, and it's okay. And if you have days like that, that's okay. It really is. You're still touching the yarn. It makes you happy. So what? You'll just pick it up the next day or the following day. It doesn't matter. It'll be there. It'll be there when you're ready. And it's been there for me when I'm ready. And, you know, evidently I'm ready because my granddaughter said, Nana, can you make this for me? Yeah, yes, I can. So I have to see how long this one is going to take me to get done. This took me a little longer than it should have. Oh, and then it was funny. You know, the pattern, you're going off and everything, and you break for the sleeves right here, you know, and continue down. And that's why I've got all my double points on this thing and the 4 double points, right? And I wasn't paying attention. And I did the legs smaller than the arms. I guess I wasn't paying attention. And I'm like, it's okay. It's just a little stuffed doll. It's fine. And that's another reason why it looks so funny and so, you know, out of shape. That's not the pattern. That is totally me. And it's okay. It's still soft. It's still squishy. And it's still so cuddly. It doesn't matter. So I'm thinking that maybe I should look at the pattern a little bit more on my granddaughters before I cut the yarn and everything. I just think it's really, really funny. I just added more rows on the arms than I did on the legs. It's fine. In case you were noticing, going, you know, that's a little wonky. It's a little off. Yes, yes, it is. You are 100% correct. It is a little wonky. But I think we've discussed this before with my amigurumi stuffed critters. We just called them stuffed animals when I grew up, right? Stuffed dolls, stuffed whatever. Some of them have character. Yeah. That's a nice way of saying you might have gone off script somewhere, right? You know, something's just a little bit off. I can't really tell what it is, but something's just not right. That makes it unique. Yes, that makes it unique. And unique is not a bad thing. Unique is a good thing because we're not all alike. And our critters and crafts and creations don't all have to be alike either. We can all start with the same pattern. But when we get done with it, sometimes you might not realize we started with the same pattern. I've been guilty. I've been guilty, right? You know, you don't have to admit if you're guilty, but if you want to, let me know because I want to hear your story too. What did you do? You know where this is coming from? I was just watching Lori from the Armchair Chef. Like I said, I absolutely love her. And she's working on the crochet along shawl that Crystal has from Bag a Day Crochet. And, you know, I've watched quite a few content creators that are making the shawl. I think that's great. I am sitting out. I've got all sorts of other stuff on the needles and the hooks, but I'm watching everybody else's because it's fun. And Lori is talking about where she's at with the flowers and everything. And one side of her shawl is just not the same size as the other side of the shawl. And I'm giggling because, you know, I get that. And she's like, yeah, you know, she's winging it. She's winging it. She's following the pattern ish. You know, that's a good way to put it. Is she pulling it back out and making it perfect? No, it's her creation. There, it is based off of Crystal's stuff and she's learning and she's having fun and it will be stunning when it is done. And you know, I love Lori's attitude on that because, you know, if everyone did everything exactly the same, what fun would that be? I like the unique spin and she has so much joy doing these things. Well, go check her out. Go find out the stuff on the Mystery Yarn Challenge. And if you find some fun things, let me know because I'm always looking for fun things. I always bring everything that I can think of or that I see, that I find in the YouTube community and the crafting community, and I share it for no other reason than it's fun and it needs to be shared, right? And you might not have seen it before. And I would really appreciate it if you would do the same with me. Because, you know, we're kind of like a YouTube crafting family kind of a thing going on. So share. With that, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.